is Las Vegas Vantage with your host, Rocky Dickerson.
Hi, welcome to Las Vegas Vantage. I'm Rocky Dickerson with Realty One Group. So here on Las Vegas Vantage, we do cover real estate, but more importantly, we cover the community and the people that make it up. After all, that's what really brings the value to living here in Las Vegas. Now today, we've got a really unusual guest. We're going to be looking at security here in Las Vegas, and we've got a very special guest with us, Rhonda Eidson. Rhonda, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
Now you work with, to cover a little bit about your background, you've been in security and law enforcement for 37 years. So I guess you started like on a tricycle, correct?
I wish, yes.
You've been on the police force, I believe, out in Colorado. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir, yes.
And the current company you're with, tell me the name of your company there.
So I'm currently with Protective Force International.
Okay, so Protective Force International. Now, I got to be honest, I saw a few photos of you guys on social media lately. I actually thought you were Metro.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your company and what makes you different from Metro.
So we are private security. Metro, obviously, are sworn public officers. We're private security. But we try to take the role of that as private. We have over 300,000 residents that we service, about 400 various accounts. We are the housing authority officers. Many of our properties are through the housing authority. And basically we have mobile patrol. We have on-site officers. We do a lot of if you know, the casinos like Caesars and others, they have their special response teams. We actually go into a lot of these too at times, especially for special events, and assist their emergency response teams. We're just another emergency response team with specially trained officers to go in and handle what various stages of security can't handle.
See, now I find this fascinating because here we're talking about your company services 300,000 Las Vegas residents, which basically means 1 out of 11 people in this area you're servicing, which I think is astounding. That's great. And I understand as well that when it comes to the various properties that you're working on, you handle a lot of the 311 calls. Is that correct?
We do. We actually have our own 24/7 emergency dispatch line. So all of our residents that the properties are contracted with, they can call our dispatch. Now, if it's a life-threatening, we also recommend that they call 911. But let's face it, that's hard right now to get through. Metro's low, their dispatchers are low. We're already going to be en route. We always tell them if it's life, call 911 as well. Many times, though, that 911 dispatcher is going to be calling us, knowing that we have that property and saying, do you have an officer en route? Keep us posted. We'll send officers when we can. But majority of the time, we're probably the first ones there responding.
Wow, that's great. Now, I understand that there are times where you're actually working scenes right alongside Metro. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. We're very blessed with that. I like to call it a partnership. Only we, because of our training, because of the communication and the constant meetings that we have and the community events that we have with them, they understand how we work. We are doing special operations with them to go on to a lot of properties, the first time ever, to rid of the crime that are plaguing a lot of these properties and cleaning it up, because there are a lot of good residents out here that don't want to live in fear. They don't want to know that there's squatters or drug dealers or whatever else right next door to them or below them. So it's very important that we're working with them on this, that they can see what's out there, and as well as we can get the arrests made. Now we detain, if we're on property, we make the detainments. but it's up to Metro to come do the actual arrest and the paperwork and the transport. We do the majority of the work usually, and then they get moved. But with these special operations, there is no waiting. You know, we get a little paddy wagon and have it ready, load the bus, and off they go to jail and get booked. And it is making a difference and an impact. But yes, the community events that we do with Metro, we get invited to the trunk or treats and the national night outs and all that. And it is really wonderful to have that partnership with them and know that we have their best interest as well as they have ours.
You know, I have so many friends in Metro, and I know that unfortunately, budget constraints or whatever, they are understaffed. We wish that there was a lot more funds that we could pay a lot more officers like that. In the meantime, though, I understand that you're helping out. In fact, didn't you just recently do an operation alongside of them where you helped to do, I think, didn't you arrest like 12 felony arrests? Some fugitives?
Yeah, 7 were in the first 20 minutes, all of them violent felons. Also got a large amount of fentanyl out of that unit as well. And within an hour, we had 12 total in custody, which was huge. Very huge.
That is great.
The residents at that property, the good, happy residents were very, very pleased and asked us to come back and do it again soon. So we're working on it.
Great. Well, Rhonda, tell me something here. I know you're originally from Colorado, correct?
Correct.
So you've been here in Vegas for a while. Are there any parts of Vegas that you enjoy that kind of remind you of home back in Colorado?
That would be Mount Charleston. It's not quite the Rocky Mountains. It's not, but at least you don't get that mile-high headache going up to Mount Charleston. So I do like going up there all times of year. I actually want to take my grandkids up there sledding this year if I have the chance. They've never been sledding. It's been a long time since I've gone. So yes, that is on my bucket list for this winter when it snows.
Fantastic. Rhonda, before we leave here, what is a great way for a community to reach out to you and see about hiring your company and their services?
Oh, yes. You can go online to protectiveforceinternational.com, or you can call our dispatch number is 702, I have to look at it, 764-9618. And that is, again, a 24/7 dispatch line, and they can get them situated with that as well.
Fantastic. Well, and again, if you missed the information, be sure to check the description that's on this YouTube video, because we'll have links right there for our guest that you can reach out to their company at any time. And in the meantime, Rhonda, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
And for those of you watching today, thank you so much for joining us here on Las Vegas Vantage. Again, should you ever be looking to sell or buy real estate here in Las Vegas, please call me, Rocky Dickerson, at 702-743-7625. Email Rocky at RockySellsVegas.com. And please subscribe to my video channel.